Grand day, amazing souls. How are you feeling? So, back in October, I told y'all that it was a shift coming. I don't know if most of you have received that shift just yet. For me, one of my shifts were moving. I moved again. I spend my life moving, it feels like. But I'm in a great place. You know, I said this on one of my videos last year. Speaking of the house numbers, now for me, I've realized that the house numbers they're like relationships for me, right? I have Venus and Gemini, so my loves are always changing and um, just switching up. I'm always doing something new with the beauty around me. I'm always seeing different beauty and different things, and it switches from time to time. You know that Gemini energy is funny again, blah blah blah. So, anywho, this transmission is going to be about temperance, right? More so the number 22. Hey, y'all! Today, today is March the 22nd. There are no coincidences in this universe. Get this. I moved from address 9220 to address 5220. There are no coincidences, y'all. Let me tell y'all. Some people call them power numbers. I call them master numbers 11, 22, 33. They are master numbers. When we get up to 44 on up, 44, 55, 66, they are the power numbers, right? So I want to speak about this energy, right? I have been shifting and transmuting a lot, especially since I came to Houston. And it's like any damn way for me. It's somewhere to live. You know what they say, home is where the heart is. And that's what it is for me. So it's been amazing. Matter of fact, I just moved last week. So I've been here, I think it's 8 days. And I really had to transmute some energies. Whew. It's been different, y'all. It's been different. Anyway, let's get into today's transmission. So, temperance. What I received today was there has to be a fair balance in everything that we do, right? Um, and I feel like this is going to be more of the theme for my house, actually, right? Because with that double two, it could lean to one side and it's like it'll be too much of a conflict because balance is required. And when you start thinking about what needs balancing, as opposed, just seeing the card 818, as opposed to listening to that intuition and not be conflicted by that water energy, just going with the flow, 333, things will be rising into place more abundantly, right? I actually have a sibling whose birthday is 522, so I kind of really understand this energy more in depth, right? However, I understand it from a numerological, did I say that right? Point of view as well. So this temperance energy, this rise, I noticed that I was brushing my teeth and my arm got so tired, and it was like all I heard was, "Geez, the dogs around here." I'm glad I turned around because it was two dogs out, just out, no yard, no leash, no cage, no nothing. But anywho, thank goodness they're friendly. Anyway, as I'm brushing my teeth, I feel the other side say, I want to be a part of this experience as well. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, okay. And that's that 22 energy. Another thing is, me and my household, we have to work together. Then number two is about doing things together, being in flow. Remember the mother and the father, right? the mother and the father, it comes together to create the child. And when we're in tune in that manner, we can create beautiful things together. So for me, this energy is telling me to, hey, I need to work with those in my household because I'm so used to doing things myself and I want it done the way that I want it done. And it's not about control. I have to give up that control. So it's like my children, they got kind of used to not assisting around the house because my oldest is in school most of the day. And so it's like, so what? She wants to be there. But still, the house has to run. And you shouldn't have to do that alone. So getting them in the flow of assisting because we have to do things together, right? And not really thinking about it, but just doing it. Because that too, it'll give you that, uh, I don't know what to do, the double two, that is. When you're in a number two vibration, you go with the flow a little more easier, in my opinion. But the double two is more of a challenge. The 22 is the number of mastery, and that's why it's more of a challenge. You would think that, okay, just having two twos would be easier, but no, it's not that simple. So when it comes to temperance, everything has to be in a perfect balance. You cannot overthink. If you're going to use your left brain, also use your right brain. If you're going to clean up, make sure you rest, right? And these are things that are important to one's life. I know for me, I began this course, and I'll tell y'all about that sometime in the near future. I'm excited about it. But the thing is, I was working, 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 and so it's just like, no, you have to be able to disconnect and rest because there's a lot of energy that I'll be putting out and giving, right? And it's so divine that I heard a message this rising talking about the giving and receiving. This is an energy that I'll be in flow with. And in order to receive, I have to give, and vice versa. So today, I just wanted to let y'all know to be in the flow of giving and receiving. We're in a number 22 vibration today. And keep this in mind. When you're in flow with the universe, when you're in sync with the universe, when you're listening, because remember the number 13 as well, it equals out to a number four, but in a different manner. But that 22 is something totally different. And you have different variations of that number four. You have 13, you have four, you have 22, and you also have 31. And I don't think it's many numbers that you could get out of one vibration. That is a golden number there. I promise y'all. So, with that being said, everything has to have a firm, solid foundation. Keep that in mind with this number four energy, especially the mind. How are you feeding yourself today? Are you feeding yourself good thoughts? Are you feeding yourself good food? And this is another thing that I kind of fell off real heavy on. Being here in Houston, everybody eats meat. I asked, where's the vegan markets? Where's the vegan food? They said, what's that? I said, oh no. I done ended up in Wonderland. No, this ain't Wonderland. This is Oz. This is Oz. This is Oz. So with that being said, y'all, have an amazing rest of y'all building energy today. Remember, Sunday, they say, is the first day of the week. Start this week off right. That being said, happy 22, y'all. Peace.